Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. So today I am extremely excited. I haven't played with this yet, so I've been waiting to get my hands on it. This is the Beautopsy palette from Hindash. Now this is a 6-pan, 12 shade, and I believe there was 24 different color payoffs from this one palette. So we're going to be creating a full face with that today. Obviously, I'm not foundation, I have my foundation on already. And here is the incredible palette itself. That's makeup porn right there. So just before we get into that today, if this is your first time here on my channel, welcome. My name's Robert. I'm a professional makeup artist here on YouTube and also in real life. And it's my goal to help you become a pro yourself or just someone who's really good at makeup. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, then please consider subscribing. Okay. Ooh. So when I saw the reveal of this, my jaw dropped. I was like, this is something I need. I have been impressed with palettes and I've wanted collections this year and last year, but something about this one, I was like, I really need that. I really need that. And this was very kind of gifted to me. So thank you so much to Hindash. When you see in the pictures that gradient that goes across, that's how it looks in real life. It's so smooth, and I absolutely love the idea of the ombre effect and mixing your colors and tones and shades. And by having these grays and the whites and the dark, almost black down here, it's a great way to have a smaller palette but get all those different colors, gray, black and white, mixing those into anything. This counts with any product. Changing up the tone and shade of a product makes it a whole new color. And something I usually suggest to people if they want to is if they want to have like a whole new lipstick wardrobe, buy a black lipstick, buy a white lipstick, buy a gray lipstick, same with eyeshadows, and just use them to mix in, and you have a whole different range of colors that way. So this is incredibly exciting to use. I cannot wait to get into that. So let's go through the shades very quickly. I don't do swatches because I have really hairy arms and they don't look good with swatches on. So we have Tan and Lines, which is a soft tan brown that blends into pure white. And then we have Wet and Paint, Beige that blends into banana yellow, Boy Wonder, Peach that blends into bubblegum pink. That looks really good, that peach. Feel Real, Neutral Brown that blends into a true concrete gray. I love gray. Is that boring? I love a good gray. Love Kills, which is a fiery orange that blends into hot red. And Intra Fatum, which is chocolate brown that blends into pitch black. Ooh. So let's do it. I haven't decided what I want to do yet. But I would like to kind of experiment with the tones and depths and shades. Now I'm already wearing foundation. I have an eyeshadow primer on. I usually do my eye makeup first. But I'm trying out a foundation today. So yep. Okay then, let's do it. So, what do I want to do? So let's start with the shade Wonder. Actually, let's mix Boy and Wonder together. I'm just going to kind of halo, like the direction that I want all the shades and colors to go in. And I'm using a tiny bit at a time. The powder, the actual eyeshadow feels incredibly smooth, really soft. It doesn't feel like there's product on my brush. It feels like I'm just feeling the brush. It's got a very silky feeling to it. It feels really, really good. This is going to sound really weird, but one of my complaints when I'm reviewing eyeshadow palettes is that the eyeshadow, sometimes I feel like it travels too much rather than blends. So instead of when you try and blend it, it kind of moves around like this rather than actually just staying in place and blending. This is blending beautifully. It's blending exactly where I want it to blend. It's behaving. It's doing exactly what I want it to do. I'm just keeping that color very soft for the moment. I don't want this to be one of the main standout colors. I'm just going in between Boy and Wonder with my brush. I'm thinking maybe mixing Boy and Wet and kind of making a nice like blush shade, or even Love and okay, let's just do a bit of everything. It sounds really strange, but I can't feel the product going on. It feels so smooth. I can feel my brush, I can feel the brush hairs, I can feel the softness of my brush, and everything else is just blending beautifully. All right. Okay, so let's go in with, I want to go in with Kills. Love Kills, let's do both. Okay, and let's concentrate that really on the outside corner here. Again, still halo that product. So it's still a bit soft, because what I want to do is darken with the chocolate brown shade and the black. So I want to be like boom, 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 you know? Okay, now let's go in with the Intra shade from the Intra Fatum pan. And I'm just going to concentrate that in the socket first. These are all blending so nicely together as well. I do sometimes get issues with palettes where the mattes don't sit on top of the mattes really well. Like, you can build the mattes and shimmers. This has no shimmers, it's all matte. So it's nice to have those mattes working together and blending together and actually acting like in harmony together, you know? Okay, so let's take Intra under the eyes also. Get that connected. And then I just want to start getting a shape going here. So I'm going to go in with Love from the Love Kills pan. And I'm just going to take it under the eye slightly. And connect that up here with the shape we're making. And we'll tidy up these outside corners with concealer. When you're trying to get that really sharp line, don't worry about making your actual makeup sharp. Correct that later with concealer. I always buff out and downwards in circles to kind of get this area nice and blended. But of course, it's going to like drag all the color down here. But don't worry about that. We'll fix that. Okay, I'm going to take Intra on the inside corner right here. Gently blend that with some of Love and Kills. Now we're going to take a tiny brush again and we're going to go into Fatum, which is that matte black, and really concentrate that on the outside corner, including underneath. And just on the upper inside corner here. I'm not going to take that right down. And then because that sits on top of the Intra shade, I'm going to go in with my brush that has Intra on and just gently buff that black into the eye. So I'm going to take Tan from the Tan Lines pan and just tap that under here. I want to keep it quite open and bright, but because it's that nice neutral brown. Yeah. And I'm also going to use that on the center of the lid as well. And tap that towards the inside corner. Oh, amazing. So the fallout is basically non-existent, so that's good. That's what holds me back a lot from doing foundation before eye makeup, especially if it's on like a client or something, because you're wasting time having to wipe everything off. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a bit of my concealer and just cut that right off. Keep that nice and low. You know I'm tired, so I can just pretend it's part of the makeup. I kind of want to make this a little bit more 3D. So let's go into lines of a white shade and just tap that. Oh, that's very sturdy. Tap that on the middle here. Give it a bit more depth. Tiny bit. So I'm going to go into Love and Boy, and I want to make Love Boy and Lines, and I want to make a blush shade. I love a peachy blush. So the Boy is a nice peach, but I like peachier. So let's take, how do we do this? Let's take Love first, tiny bit on the brush, then Boy, and then Lines. More lines than everything else. Yeah, peachy. And then I'm going to just take the whole of wet paint on a really fine brush and just kind of use it under the eye here. I just want to brighten up that area a little bit. And because it has that more yellowy tone, it's not pure white. It is going to give more of a highlight, a matte highlight, rather than a pure white would. And then I'm going to take Feel from the Feel Real part. Maybe that's a bit too much. And just gently carve out some areas I want to be a little bit more prominent and a little bit more pronounced. I'm going to use the same brush going into Love right here. And I'm just going to carry on from my eye makeup right up to the hairline. Just very gently. I'm going to get some lashes on and I'm going to try something with the lips and this palette. So bear with me 1 second. Okay, so I've applied some lashes. Let's try something with a lip. So I'm just going to foundation up my lips here. Not too much. And then I'm going to take the shade Boy on like a flat, fluffier brush. And just going to tap on the inside right here. Yes. The same going on top. And I was just going to grab a clear gloss to put over the top. Okay, well that was my first time using the Beautopsy palette from Hindash, and I absolutely love this palette. I cannot wait to do, as boring as it sounds, a really nice neutral eye with this. The colors blend perfectly. The powder is like silky, but not annoyingly so, but it just moves around everywhere. Everything works together. Everything blends beautifully together. They sit on top of each other really well. The idea of mixing the shades together is such a good idea. Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. I highly recommend getting this. I think it's such an incredible palette, such an incredible idea, and something to be extremely proud of. So congratulations to everyone involved in making this palette. You've done such an incredible job. And release a product that I don't want to touch but have to at the same time. I think everyone should be incredibly proud. This is so beautiful. And thank you again for sending that to me and gifting that to me. I greatly appreciate it. Well, thank you so much for joining me here today. Let me know what you think of this palette below. Let me know what kind of looks you would love to try with it also. Thanks again for joining me. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Please consider subscribing, and I will see you very soon. Bye.